Hi, I'm Jana, and this is a Real Mom car tour of the 2025 Nissan Murano. And I was back here in Tennessee a couple of months ago when they revealed Murano, and it was a complete flurry of activity. I didn't get to spend much time with the vehicle. It was on a stage. There was Brie Larson, a celebrity, was intro in it. There was music, there was the press. And then I got 5 minutes, it's called a scrum, where I could look at the car and go around it. So clearly that's not enough for me to know about the Murano, so I'm back in Tennessee this week on a first drive event, which means I am going to be able to tell you what I liked and what you need to know. We're going to tour the inside and out, and I'm going to give you my driving impressions. If I can squeeze it in here, I'll do it. Otherwise, I will post a second video. If you're interested in more Nissan products, if you want to see that whole scrum chaos, let me know. That's on my channel. So now's a great time to like, subscribe, hit the notifications, whatever. And without further ado, let's get to it. If you're new here, I'm glad you found me. Hi, I'm Jana, and I give Real Mom car tours. I am a boy mom, auto enthusiast, and I'm an Aquarius, which means my life and sometimes these tours are a little bit chaotic, but they are fun. So buckle up and let's get back to it. Okay, so this is the 4th generation Murano. If you remember the Muranos of the past, kind of look like an egg. It was your grandma's Murano, honestly. I know a lot of people had them and loved them. I'm gonna try to discern if I think this is your grandma's Murano. So far, the jury is out. But I will tell you that I like the car. I like the car for the price point and what you get with it as far as luxury features. There's a lot more luxury and comfort packed inside than you would expect for a price point of right at $50,000, fully loaded. This is the Platinum, and right up front, you have a completely new front end, which houses these really pretty LED lights. And then this part is so nice, and I wish you could see it at night. Let me just see if I guess they're on. It's hard to see. It's really stylish, it's really pretty, and that's kind of a view. They're on, they're little microblade lights that when you're in front of a Murano, they're behind you, or you're approaching them on the highway, it really is very stylish. And I like how these I'm gonna call these little light bars, go right across your high gloss black grille and just has a really pretty design. You have this black piece here with Murano up on your hood. And I should tell you what's under the hood. We are going to open the hood so that you can see this 2-liter inline 4-cylinder VC turbo engine. I know people are probably laughing, they're like, oh my God, you did the, whatever sports car and you didn't lift the hood, and here you are at the Murano lifting the hood. It all depends on what kind of time I have when I'm doing these tours. Truly, it was raining, and now that it's not, I feel like I have to jam this all in. This is your quick look under the hood. It's paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission, and there's paddle shifters in case you want more energetic driving or control. There's 3 drive modes, which I'll show you when we get inside: Sport, Standard, and Eco, and all that is pretty standard. And I'm gonna give you the horsepower numbers and the torque. So you make 241 horsepower and generate 260 pound-feet of torque. Because of that engine, you're gonna have good MPG. You're gonna get 21 in the city, 27 on the highway for a combined 23. And I am 90% sure that you can use regular unleaded. They usually write it right here, but I'll look in the manual and ask. And it does have one of those capless fuel fillers, where you just don't have to twist and all that, which I appreciate because I swear I just hate going to the gas station, in all honesty. It drives me nuts. Standard 20-inch wheels. On the Platinum, you do get a larger 21-inch wheel. And what do you think of these wheels? It's a 2-tone. I'll bring you in so you can see that. You have a darker gray, and then you have a black. They're sporty. Let me know in the comments what you think of those wheels. I'm not giving you my opinion, so you give me yours. I do want to bring you around to the back because this has also had quite the refresh. Okay, one of the things you should know is that when you have the fob on you, this has a hands-free liftgate. So I'm going to grab the key of vehicle number 13. They write down when we do these drives what vehicle you have, just in case, God forbid, vehicle number 4 doesn't come back or whatever. I have the fob on me. This is what it looks like. Can you see that? And I have the fob and I approach. I should be able to just kick, swipe, and step back and okay, it never works on the first time. That was awesome. That means it's gonna be a good day. So honestly, I got nothing else. I should just stop on a high note because it never works, but it worked. So thank you, Murano. I do want to bring you in so you can see how tremendous this cargo area is. You do have a spare under here, and you have a ton of storage back here. I'm gonna crawl back there just to give you a little idea of sizing because I don't have my suitcase with me. I did have to pack it up this morning. So the way these drives go, we usually come in, we drive a car on the first day, you have a dinner and all that stuff, and then the next day you drive a different car or a different trim level. So yesterday I was in the Nissan Armada, and if you're interested in that tour, please go find it. You have to keep your driving impressions to yourself until the embargo lifts, which means everybody has to be silent about what they think or what the content they created until like this day and this time, and then we all release it at one time. Which is why if you follow a bunch of content creators, automotive content creators, all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, Murano, 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 and you can't get away from it. That's intentional. This is a dedicated 5-passenger vehicle. So they gave me the specs. It's something like 32 cubic feet right now. But if you pull this handle and lay the seats down, I think it goes to like 63. And don't come for me because I use my foot. My shoes are clean. And they want me to use this car like I do my own personal car. And I don't kid glove, you know, baby my car. I live in the car. I use and abuse my car because it's how I live. I do want you to see how flat that is, how much storage in case you need it. If you were gonna put a dog crate or something like that in there, or you just make a ginormous Costco run, you know, clearly you have what you need. You have lights up top, and you can set the height of the lift gate. And if you've never seen that, I will show you kind of what that looks like. Let's just say you're a shorty. I'm 5'7", and I like the fact that this comes all the way up because I can stand under here and not get rained on as much. If you have a shorter clearance in your garage or you're like a smaller person, you can set the height to like right here so that every time it opens, that's only as high as it'll go. I prefer to have full clearance, so that's what I do. But just a little trick, most vehicles now have that. And I want you to see the taillights and the lights on the back before I swing you around to the inside. And I'm gonna start her up. My hair's getting curly, shoot. Okay, I do have a hat, so we're gonna have to take a pause. The real story of Murano is the new interior cabin design and the luxury features, the more high-end comfort that you're gonna have with the new tech. So I'm gonna bring you in a little bit closer, do a little POV, but before I do, I will tell you what you need to know about the driver's seat and what it's like here. This is semi-aniline leather, quilted leather seats that are heated and ventilated and also have massage. Of course, with all that, they're power adjusting with lumbar. And I've gotten in this before, or when I first got in there, I couldn't figure out how to turn the massage on. So there it is. There's a button right here on top. I don't know why I didn't think to look there. I was looking in my center stack. So if you bought the new Murano, that's your massage function, very important. And this is a power adjusting steering wheel. So it goes in and out. And up and down. I want to give you a little POV because all of your surfaces that you're going to touch are wrapped and stitched and really premium. I also like the design of, see this? This is inspired by the Venetian glass, which is what Murano is, in case you did not know. I'm helping you out. And then there's ambient lighting that goes through the cabin, 64 colors. There's 16 preset ambient lights that Nissan has, and then another, however many more, 45 or whatever the number would be, of additional ambient lighting. And you can choose if you want it in the front or the rear. What kind? Don't even go there. I know what I just said. Did not mean it like that. Blue or yellow. And then there's the additional colors. So there's where you can like fit your vibe. That lemon yellow, kind of like it, you guys. Oh, you have a better view of it there. That's lemon yellow. That, obviously blue. Little hot pink action. Red. Green. Do you have a favorite color? I am a sucker for ambient lighting. That's orange. I think I'm gonna put it back on red because it is the holidays. All right. You have twin 14.3-inch displays. They're separate screens, but they're connected and wrapped to be one cohesive piece, which I think looks really nice. This is integrated. It's not like somebody stuck an iPad here. I don't know why people get so fired up about that one way or the other. I said that one time. Somebody was like, oh, I think they call me a boomer, which is wild because clearly that was my parents' generation, but okay. You have your climate here and your seat controls here, but you also have it pulled out here, which is very similar to what they did in the Nissan Ariya, which is the all-electric Nissan. You have high gloss piano black here, which I think is going to fingerprint, but it's pretty. Your volume knob is pulled out, your hazards here, and seeking up and back there. You can customize this screen if you want different displays, take some off, add some on. You have an app system with Google built in, which means you can say, hey Google, I need directions to Target.
There's a Target 2.3 miles away.
Okay, great.
Want to navigate?
You can do that. You can say I'm hot. You can say, you know, tag a place, geotag on the map. You have Google Play Store where you can download other apps like Spotify, iHeartRadio, or whatever your audio stuff is, so that you can play your own music and your own apps. And if you don't have your phone on you, which I know would be crazy, why wouldn't you? You seamlessly transition and you don't need it in the car. So there's that. And then here's your driver display, which is customizable. You touch this button and you can toggle through the things you can do. Little hit the ball for settings. This particular version, the Platinum, does have a really large, nice head-up display. You can see that there. The lower trim levels do not. You can adjust your head-up display, the brightness, height, rotation, or reset it back to factory stuff. I'm gonna get out of there. Eco mode, you can choose your clock settings, your towing. Really, the sky is the limit here, and you do all that from here. So I'm gonna keep going back. That's your driver assistance feature. I'm gonna tell you about ProPilot right now. This is how you activate ProPilot 1.1. I'm gonna insert that stuff right now with me using ProPilot, but it is not a hands-free like the 2.1 that's in Armada and Ariya. You control your heated steering wheel here. You can open the hatch with these buttons. That is your steering assist. You can toggle it on or off. Your electronic parking brake, your auto hold button, which I call the fast food button. And then here is your auto stop start. That is when you get to a stoplight, how it'll turn off for fuel savings. Some people don't like it, some people do. This button's very important because this brings you to your cameras. You have some really great camera views. You have a 360. You can see very low what's in front of you, and that guy's pulling right in front of me now. What's behind you, and this is the invisible hood view, which I love. It shows you your front track, what's under the front of the car and what's between your front tires. And then you have your 360, which you can look all the way around your Murano. And of course, when you're on some of these views, you can, I was gonna say you could look at the rear or just the front. When you put it in reverse, of course you have a backup camera with guidelines. I don't wanna run over my tripod that's right there. So we'll go back to where we need to be. And notice the design of this gear shifter. It's electronic, it's flat, it's easy, it's out of the way, and it opens this up so that you have a pass-through. Standard wireless charging pad, 2 USB-Cs here, and plenty of storage under here. 2 smallish cup holders, a little cubby for storage, which I like, and good vent placement here and here. Lots of storage in each door. And I want to bring you in closely on the seats just so you can see the two-tone. There's 3 different color combo choices for the interior, and I'll let you know more about those. You still get a sunglass holder, which I think is fantastic. You have a shaded pano moonroof. Take off my GoPro. So you can cover it if you want to, or open it. A lot of things in this segment are fixed glass. Some people want to be able to open their glass. No camera in your rearview mirror because I don't know if you necessarily need it just because of the size of the vehicle. If you don't want to say, hey blank, you can push this button and do the same thing with hands-free voice assistance. And I think that concludes everything from the driver's seat. My favorite thing about driving the Murano so far is it is so nimble. I'm in a parking lot right now, not doing anything unsafe, which is why I wanted to just show you a little POV. It started raining, so I had to put my hat on. It's nimble, it's fun to drive, it's easy to drive. I really like it. So what do you think of the new Murano? I will finish off my driving impressions here. It is an inline 4-cylinder, it does have a turbo. I don't love a 4-cylinder, and most of you don't either, but it's where we're going and it's what's happening. It's better on fuel. I love the MPG, you can't have it all. This is a great city car, this is a great road trip car, this is a great around towner. I think it's a great car. I really find it comfortable. I love the luxury features. I think they knocked it out of the park with the interior and the finishings and the price. Fully loaded is $50,000 US. I love driving it because it's so nimble. I love the handling. Whew. I liked a lot about it. So I think if you're in the market for a crossover, you may want to put this on your short list. Platinum's going to give you these 21-inch machined wheels with aero caps, and I don't even know what an aero cap is. I'll have to ask somebody, is that why it's flat? Got nothing on that. This paint color is champagne graphite metallic with, I think it's charcoal and mahogany, two-tone seats. You do have the option of getting this in a two-tone so that the top will be black and not body colored. I'm not a two-tone girl, but I think there's another Murano out here, and I will try to show you that one. I wanted to show you the Aurora Blue under these lights. I'm gonna take you outside, but it's prettier and it's clean in here, and this is the two-tone. I love that color. So we're gonna go outside and see it in the natural light. These things are dirty. It's been raining all week. We've done all kinds of stuff, but I wanted you to see the two-tone option. You can get a two-tone if that's your jam. This is Aurora Blue Metallic, which is really pretty with the two-tone black top. So let me know, do you like the two-tone thing? I like it on the Aurora Blue. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna turn you on and show you Armada because Armada has the two-tone, the red with the black top. It looks good, but in theory, I don't like a two-tone. But then in person, I guess I do. It has an auto lock feature, which means if you have the fob on you and you have the settings set up, you can turn it off if you don't like it. When you walk away, if you have the fob on you and you have the correct settings, when you get 5 feet away, the car will auto lock, just like it will also auto unlock. So when you get within 3 feet and you have the fob on you, the car will automatically unlock. A lot of people will say they don't want that. What if they're just in the driveway? What if they're at carpool? You know what I mean? And you don't necessarily want the car to auto lock. You can turn it off, but it's there in case you like it or want it. Murano is on a 3-inch wider frame or track, which means it's going to feel better on the road. It's a little bit lighter than the past Murano. It's not going to feel as heavy, which makes it more nimble. And it has 8.3 inches of ground clearance, which is more even than, I think the Subaru Outback has like 8.1. Why is that important? Because people buy a crossover because they don't want the size of a sedan sitting down low, but they don't need a big SUV. So a crossover fits in that spot where you want the nimbleness of a sedan, but a little bit of the size without being too big of an SUV. So I want to show you a couple things that make this back seat area awesome. First of all, can you see this opens almost all the way to 90 degrees? I hope you can tell. Why is this important? If you're loading in a child car seat, if you're trying to install a car seat, that makes it a lot easier. Or if you just have mobility issues, or if you're a larger person, getting into something like this is a lot more awkward than if you have all this extra clearance. And let me show you in the back seat while I have you. Nissan has anti-gravity seats that are a higher quality, and they make it so you don't feel fatigued in the seat the way that this is designed. I feel like they're very comfortable. I like the semi-aniline leather, the perforation. These seats are also heated, and you have some quilting, which makes them really pretty. You have 3 headrests because this is a 5-passenger, and you have 2 sets of lower latches with 3 top tethers. Under here, you have a traditional armrest, 2 cup holders, but you do have a little device holder, which I like. And I want to show you this part. I said this isn't your grandma's Murano, but let's just say it is. your parents and you're visiting, you have child seats. My mother-in-law always drives this size vehicle, and when I go, she's out of state, I have 2 car seats installed. Well, I'm the one that has to jam myself in between them. It can be done. I'm not saying it's awesome. I'm not a huge person. It can be done. I'm 5'7". I like the fact, I want to show you this. This is flat. So when you get in, if you want to throw a bag or a backpack, you can do it there. When they put a hump there, it drives me crazy. I'm going to bring you in and show you. That's where your vents are, your USB-Cs, and that's how you control your heated seats. One of my all-time favorite features, if you're gonna have something and consider it more luxury, rear sunshades. You have this really pretty pano roof that goes all the way back, and try to bring you in for a little crazy POV. I have good headroom. I'm very comfortable. I have good leg room. These seats are thinner than the Murano seats of the past, which doesn't make them more uncomfortable, but it does leave extra space back here. And considering, like I told you, it's 3 inches wider, it just feels better. These seats are set up on a 60-40 split, and they do lay flat. And in case you wonder why the seatbelt looks wild like that, it doesn't have to, because, oh my gosh darn, you can unclip that and tether it here. Do you see that tether? And if you can handle this brand of chaos, like, subscribe, or whatever we're doing here on YouTube, you can find me all over social media. I'm on TikTok and Instagram. And why? I swear to you, these things are driving behind me, making so much noise. Go on, girl. Just keep going. Lord. You can find me all over social media. I'm on TikTok and Instagram and at realmomcartours.com. So for me and the Murano in Tennessee, I think that's all I've got. Thanks for watching.